what's good, gang? We in here playing the Fable again. Like, every day and such, you know? Uh, we're not looking ugly in our picture for once. In fact, we look pretty damn evil, I've gotta say. You bet those aren't real colors. Yeah, on the real though, welcome back. Last time I said I adjusted the ducking effect a bit. I further lowered it, because I didn't think it was, quite reduced enough, so we'll see. I don't know if it'll be perfect this time or what, but we're working on it. Really weird that I have to do that every time. You'd think it'd just save eventually, right? How's our mun sitch? 2,000? Nah, it's not enough, fam. We got the OP sword, though. Pretty good, I guess. Our fingers looking fucked up. These are fingerless gloves, if you couldn't tell. Anyways, break the siege. Yeah, it's a thing. Watch trader. This is. We did the trader rescue quest earlier, and it's kind of like the same thing, but we do it in the actual camp. This one's in the area just before the camp, and I always kind of squish them together in my brain because they're basically the same quest. I just need to find a man and escort him. Also, you can't boast on it for some reason. Ain't that cray? This one I can boast though. And no protection, easy. Without a scratch, less easy. Might as well though. Fist fighter, fuck that. It's doable. It just takes the fucking longest amount of time possible, and like I'm not entirely sure that's worth the money. Solo mission, without assistance from any guards. Yeah, it's fucking easy, isn't it? Kill the leader. Sure. I feel like at the beginning of the quest they like give me a choice to help the bandits instead, and that wasn't a separate quest, so I'm not sure. I'm just committing to whatever boast I took. We're gonna do the other one first because it's shorter. Or maybe it's not, but you know, whatever. We're doing the other one first because I said so.
I am
you killed the letter.
Oh my, I feel like I'm missing something, like, preparation-wise, but everything looks fine, so I don't know. I guess we'll head to Oakvale first and pick up any rent money that might or may not be there. I'm thinking there's probably not, because this game's dumb. Oh shit! Rent money did accumulate just a little bit. I'm sorry, I put my weapon away. I'm a good boy, I promise. So, I was thinking earlier, but that being a couple days ago, so as always, my thoughts are incomplete. I was thinking there's like a handful of things that are added into the next two games that, you know, there's not really a comparison for. So I'm not actually going to be able to just talk about them as I would like to, which means I kind of have to bring them up out of nowhere.
Sky, it's all clouds and...
So whenever I remember what those things are, we'll try. Let's see, I do have another game to talk about as well, whenever we get around to that. Yeah, that's about it. My plans. Spent most of today wasting time. That's how it felt anyways. With game development, of course. Let's see. I did, to make certain effects work, I did what we call a hack, where you sort of do something that's incredibly inefficient and stupid, but it gets the job done, and you're just like doing it for proof of concept, and you're gonna finalize it later. And there's probably a cutscene right now, so I'll be quiet for a second.
Please help me. Thomas, my brother, is lost somewhere up ahead. Follow me. I think he's somewhere up here.
Right. As I was saying, to make certain effects work, I did, like, the hack maneuver. And, you know, there's a lot of cases where there's not an easier way to do it, or it takes too much time and money to learn how to do it properly. So those kind of things do make it into final games, like, all the time. So, anyways, I got around to doing that. And it had to do with shaders, which basically how rendering is done, I guess. The thing about the Unity engine is their built-in shader model is based off something that, like, expired very quickly, so I guess it was, like, free, or maybe not, I don't know. Point is, there's very little documentation on it. Like, you can't go and read a manual to figure this stuff out. It makes it extremely difficult to figure out what the hell you're doing without following a million guides and only half understanding everything. Which I don't like to do. Like, I follow it, and if I didn't understand it, I won't use it. So I can write, like, the most basic thing, but it doesn't adhere to... It's not on the same level of quality as everything else, so, you know, it looks pretty bad. Anyways, I just think it's bullshit that, you know, a core part of the system is just so underdeveloped like that. See, in the newer versions, they did come up with the shader draft program thing, which is kind of like a workaround. However, it's also a little underdeveloped, and you can't do a lot of things that are easier to do in code. Quote, easier, because you don't know how. Or you just have to do, like, a really convoluted way, because it's, like, a visual programming way. Anyways, I hate the whole process, and I feel bad, but I'm probably just gonna stick with the hack. Luckily, I don't have a ton of things like that.
Help me, I'm
Anyways, that's what most of my day has been, trying and failing to learn.
I'll follow you back to my brother. You must have seen him. Get me out of here!
Oh, he just spawned.
I'm following!
Oh.
This is shit.
Yeah, I don't think I tried to make anyone follow us yet. We might have gotten like a lot of fame from the arena, which means I might be able to go and get the best bow finally. That'd be wonderful, because, you know, we've had this one since the literal beginning of the game.
Stan, where are you?
Not that we're not destroying people with it, but we can one-shot people. That'd be nice. I'm scared. Oh.
Enemy over there. This is scary. It's nothing. Oh. Oh, you found him. Oh, thank ye, thank ye. Here, have this. You might make sense of it.
Oh, treasure clue. Nice. Fruit lies in wood. I think I talked about them briefly, but we didn't actually read any of them. I think that we only have 2 of them right now. Fruit lies in wood. Can only point to one place. Pretty obvious: orchard, farm, apple trees, fruit wood. I do remember the exact location, so I won't really have to read them once I collect all the things, but you can. A whole glade. Side quest boys.
Halt! So you're the hero they sent, eh? Well, I've got a new job for you. These bloody villagers are holding our boss, and they plan to hang him. So I want you to take a message to their chief. You tell him we'll raise his precious town to the ground if he doesn't hand our boss back. Got that? Well, run along then. We haven't got all day.
Alright. Cutscene still. Swagger walk.
I'm not letting that bandit go. He's plundered this village for far too long. We've got him under guard up the hill by the tavern, and that's where he's staying. So you'll just have to go back out there and get rid of the scum's bandit friends. Talk to the guard over there when you're ready, and he'll open the gates for you. As for me, I'm off back to my hut. Good luck.
Alright, lazy bastard.
You're going to take them on all by yourself? You're a real hero, or a real fool. Well then, let's get started.
I don't actually know how to recruit the guards. Maybe they just automatically come with you if you didn't take the boss. But
Get those bandits before they
I guess
free their leader.
we're good. Let's see, so we're kind of at like the last third of the game. Of the main game, I mean. All the guys ran past and I can't quite see my map. It's on here somewhere. Oh, I see. Is that the actual target? The leader actually doesn't come in. You see he's still standing out here. I have to, like, go and kill him myself by leaving the town. I like how they got all this siege equipment out here. It's technically just a camp, but it looks really cool, doesn't it? It'd be awesome if they, like, expanded this into more town after the fact. There's the man we're letting free. We can't let him escape. we won.
Nice.
So unceremonious.
Those bandits won't be back in a hurry.
I'm watching you.
And look at that hill, isn't it so dope? It like covers up your land. Can't drop any experience because we didn't do the final blow, but you can drop money, which we're always hurting for. $19,000, that was quick. This is the house that we own. The sign's missing for some reason. I guess we're going back to Oakvale because there was 2 houses that were for sale. I like to buy them before I have to murder their owners again.
We have heard that Twinblade's loyal followers are seeking revenge for his death. They have hired a band of highly skilled assassins to kill you. Be on the lookout for surprise attacks.
Alright, there it is.
Your prowess as an archer is impressive, hero. You should try your skill at the archery range near Knothole Glade.
So those attacks are how we get another one of the treasure clues. I remember where 4 of them are. Which means the 5th one, we probably just run into it, and I have a vague idea. I think it's around one of the focus points. I don't remember if it's the one in Witchwood or the one north of Bowerstone, which we haven't been to yet. So I'm gonna just walk around Witchwood for a little bit, head up to Knothole Glade, where another attack is. I know that for sure, so... and there's another one in Twinblade's tent. You have to walk to very specific places to trigger them, which is kind of annoying. There's a similar chain of events in Fable 2, but I think that they're more random. And once you've taken down all the assassins, you get a note which leads you to a secret area, which has one of the songs from this game in it, which is nice to hear. And you also do like a really difficult boss fight, which is good considering that the final boss of that game is like the only bad part of it. He literally monologues at you, and he dies in one hit. And if you choose to listen to the monologue, just because he's gonna do it anyways, someone else will steal the kill. Which is like really shitty, but also kind of funny and in character for him. I don't know, you do hard fights in other points of the game, so... I don't know. They definitely tried to focus more on the storytelling, because, like, the story is in this. It's serviceable, it does its job, but... it's not the reason you're playing, I don't think. And, 3 obviously took that to the most extreme, where the game became a story. And they really watered down the gameplay a lot. Yeah, one of the attacks happens around one of these. They're both isolated in areas like this. Guy should like run out from the background. It's probably the one Bowerstone North. Oh, there he is. Oh yeah, there's another one, Hook Coast, which you don't go to until the end of the base game. So that one's like the easiest to miss. It also kind of puts the frying pan, which I mentioned before, it puts it in the same category as the Sword of Aeons in that, you know, it's really powerful, but you don't get it until after you beating the game pretty much, so there's almost no point to having it. The Lost Chapters obviously fixed that by adding more to the game, but then it destroys the choice by adding in a good guy alternative to Sword of Eons in case you threw it out. It's basically the same weapon. It literally has the same model, but like blue. And the enchantments in it are different. Focus more on defense than attack, which is alright. I like that it has the mana rune in it, because mana's cool. Anyways, it's kind of shitty that they give it to you. It's not like you need to have a weapon of that power to not get your ass beat by the new enemies, because, as I mentioned before, the master weapons can be as strong as any of the legendaries, so, you know, you're not shit out of luck. All I did was ruin the big choice of the game. Speaking of which, well, I think that the end choice of this one is kind of stupid, which I probably shouldn't be talking about so much, because I'm not going into detail on it until we've gotten to it, because that's where it'll be most relevant, but
Need a good sword to fight beside you.
they did a kind of genius thing where they kind of force you into picking one of the three, but like they really edge you towards picking the one. And you know, it kind of turns the story into a big thing about hypocrisy, I guess. And you know, we're not gonna play the game, so I guess I'll spoil all of that. Let's see, the bad guy, he saw his sister die when he was young, and then he, like, his wife and kid died later, and he decided to dedicate his whole life to trying to resurrect them, in a way. You know how that always goes. So he ends up ruining your life by killing your sister as a kid, and then later in the game he'll kill your wife and child if you have one, and your fucking dog, which is super fucked up, and fuck him. The dog's actually a big component because he like finds treasure and shit for you, and you basically can't find dig spots without it, so it's super fucked. Anyways, he does all that, which means when you get to make the final choice, which is like a wish, you can get money, which is absolutely pointless because how awesome the real estate system is. You can bring back all the people who died building the spire, not including your sister. But you get a statue of you, like a good one, unlike the ones that you can already make. It's cool, I guess, but you never meet any of these people. Or you can bring back your sister, who you'll never meet, and your dog, which, yes, the wife is replaceable, but she'll come back too. So, yeah, you see the reward for the other two options was so minimal that you pretty much only want to resurrect your dog and nothing else. But that's exactly what the bad guy was trying to do. So, like, it's like the whole thing was pointless in a way, but in like a good plot twist kind of way, not like this game was actually pointless, you know? They did, like, low-key ruin that choice, too, in one of the DLCs, where you can, like, sacrifice a person to turn them into a new dog. I think pretty much everyone did, so they can finally see the outcomes of the other two. Did I come here for something aside from the assassin? Right, the archery competition's right here. Yeah, this guy's out here now. I I think we just get a trophy, not a fancy bow or anything, but we still do it.
Not long ago, a winner went away with a full set of Hobbs teeth as a prize. I bet you can beat that. Welcome to the archery contest, hero. It'll cost you 10 gold to have a go.
A sheep.
Why not give it a try? You can win a prize. Special prizes are on offer for high scores. First, stand in. You then have 60. The targets are worth, and in case you're thinking, also, last but not least, no.
I don't know why I asked to hear the rules. I was kind of hoping I can look at the scoreboard. Ah, boy. I only want level 2 zoom. How'd we do?
Game over. Let's see what score you got, and if you've won anything. A new high score. Well done, hero.
There's a clue.
Get
Dope.
some practice in for your next encounter with Hobbs and Nymphs.
He doesn't have a posted scoreboard, so I'm gonna look up if there's any other prizes, because it's probably a silver key for one of them. Let's see, Fable, archery, contest, prizes. Let's see, each time you beat your own high score, gain 100 renown, and you also win the following jet, Emerald, Diamond, Sapphire. Madre score, ages of my, those are good. Consolation prizes, trivia notes. I see. It says the high score you attained during your archery grading will be the default high score here. I didn't get the silver arrow. Oh, here we go. One-time prizes. Score over 200 points and beat training score, treasure clue 4. The second time you beat your high score, you get the trophy. That's all there is. I just have to beat it again.
Ah! First, you then the top
Damn it.
horse last.
I actually think it's easier to hit the ones in the back row here than at the guild, which is nice. Considering it's a contest, but it kind of makes the back ones not challenging, right? Not kind of, it literally does. Let's see, I mentioned the dog. He's a big part of Fable 2 and 3. He finds treasure for you. He's basically your quest helper. He'll tell you all the key things that you might not find by exploring. I kind of hate that he points to your treasure chest and silver keys. The dig spot things is helpful though, I guess, since they don't have to do like circles of flowers and shit in the world to make things obvious.
I'll total your score. That's the best score we've seen for a very long time. Prizes on offer.
Alright, we did that.
High scores.
Aside from that, the dog also, reflects your morality, which is cool. Like, his hair color and eyes will change based on, what your stuff is. They kind of overrode it later by adding in, the dog breed potions. For DLC in both games, shittily. You'd think that they would, what am I trying to say? You'd think that after introducing it in the first time it was DLC, they would have implemented it as an normal feature. They said, nah, people can buy it. It's shitty because, you know, they already came up with the concept and they're just not giving it to you. But it's not shitty because it overrides the morality feature. I think that the dog reflecting morality was also like a really good thing because it's pretty difficult to make it like this guy happen. And in Fable 3 you stay mostly human, you just kind of get like edgy emo looking. And then the horns and stuff come as a special effect that you unlock at the very end of the game. When you do like power attacks and stuff. And 2, it's directly dictated by your corruption meter, which I think it's pretty difficult to actually stay corrupt. You really just have to be like a fat, greedy butthole. Being evil just makes you, once again, edgy and gross looking. I feel like the most obvious change that happened from morality was like hair color changing, but because of the dyeing system for clothing, which can also apply to your hair, that's not entirely noticeable.
That's the way you do it, master.
So, they made it more directly obvious on your dog. I liked. I remember last time we caught a fish that was probably big enough for the competition, so we're trying to go to Fisher's Creek. I think it's this one. Yeah.
Keep practicing, and the big
Listen,
fish will
Princess,
come
don't
to
want
you.
no trouble.
I see your sack is heavy today, me lad.
Did it rot?
Ah, I quite understand.
Hold on. If I go back to where I just was and it's still raining, I should be able to get a big fish. Oh, by the way, I actually got a copyright claim on the last one of these. And what's crazy is, it's for the song that plays in here, the Temple of Light it's called. I didn't know that, but I do now. You know, it's Demon Door music, it's the main menu music of the second game, it's on the original soundtrack for this game, like it was written for it, yet some Indian publisher says that it's theirs. And if you look at any time it was posted, it also claims all of those instances of it, except for once you input the information manually about who owns it. And I was like, how could this be? So I went and investigated the Indian stuff, and yeah, I did find a scene of like a poor boy with this music playing. Now, either they wrote the same song originally, or they stole it for their thing. Either way, I've disputed the claim. They're yet to respond. I think it's crazy that they got so many things of Fable, and they haven't gotten it sorted out yet. It's not really a big deal, though. I'm definitely never putting ads on these because they're so long. It'd be awkward to have it interrupted. Or, I think Twitch automatically does ads when people, like, click on your video. Once you're an affiliate anyways, so... You know, that's enough. I don't need to ruin the YouTube experience. Sorry if I'm brain farting because I was talking, but did I catch a moonfish? That might be why it doesn't count.
You fishing spot, me lad. I see your sack is heavy.
Ah, here we go.
I say, that's a fine specimen indeed. That wins you second prize, it does. A splendid silver key. And the rules clearly state that it entitles you to the third prize too. The Rod of Champions, no less. The fish will be fighting over your hook.
Okay, so we got the rod and the silver key. I think that the first prize is a hat. Which, you know, all the hats are at least equal to chainmail helmets in this game, because that was the only hat in the original game. We're gonna catch another fish and hope that it's bigger so I can get that damn hat. And, you know, we'll see if this one gets copyright claim too, because, you know, our first two sessions of this, we went into Demon Doors in one of them, I think, and we didn't get it. So I don't know what the deal is. Obviously, it's like an auto-detection algorithm. Maybe they didn't pick it up because I was talking so much. Part of I'm doing that now, isn't it? Caught something. Tell me it's bigger than 33. 54 grams, 39 centimeters. No, I don't want to fish. Oh well. Come on, baby. See how much easy... I take everything back. I want to teleport back to Fisher Creek. Because that one was much bigger. I think that the fish automatically are bigger because I'm using the Rod of Champions, which is awesome. Yeah. The quest coming up very soon has us do like a lot of fishing for the main progression path. Which why I wanted that rod.
What a beast! Truly a fish worthy of our top prize.
Yeah, fish hat, bucket hat. Remember these were a trend for a minute. Probably because rappers wear them.
Don't just shade your eyes from the sun. It marks you out as the greatest of all fishermen. Myself excluded, of course.
Fuck yeah, we look epic. Alright. We're in the Arkin outfit. Follow. I swear I saw Arkin's outfit for sale at least. Probably why I got that mixed up. No hat, lion hat. The lion helmet doesn't look bad for this except for the fact that the main mismatches. Follow Hood, Fisher Hood. Alright, it's weaker. Guess we'll keep the Hood then. Hood. That's not her name anymore. Oh. Okay, we're going to Twin Blades Camp. Take on another one of those assassins. Only take a minute. Let's see, so I talked about the weapon system in Fable 3 a little bit, how they morph as you level up your skill. Yeah, rather than leveling up like the individual things, they boiled it down to just your melee ability, your ranged ability, and your magic ability. And you still buy the spells individually, but like lore thing, you don't use magic, you use spell gauntlets, which cast a spell for you, and you can do it infinitely. Mana wasn't really a thing in Fable 2, so it works. It pretty much keeps that entire spell system, actually, with adding a few new spells. And they're beautiful. And you can mix them, like, elementally, which is fucking dope. The spell system is definitely, like, the best developed part of that combat. I think they come out when I walk up this hill, but they're gonna run down those stairs. Anyways, the only thing I really wanted to say about them is, the augmenting feature. Like I said, that every game gets its weapons shuffled, and there are like plenty of them that aren't going to be in your game. You're supposed to acquire them all through trading. How you get an achievement. See, all of them have like 3 challenges associated with them, except for the starting weapons, which get the same effects, but they're based on how you've been playing. It's awesome. And they also swap out the parts for parts of them, like what type of blade it has, what type of handle it has, what type of magic effect it has on it. Kind of like how Borderlands makes its guns by shuffling parts. I don't know why these bandits aren't spawning. I'll come back later. Anyways, those challenges can range from stupid easy to stupid hard. Sometimes it'll be like, give away 1,000 gold. Easy. Sometimes it'll... I can't think of one of the harder ones, but they'll be like ridiculous to complete sometimes. And then those will activate augments, because augment slots don't exist anymore. Kinda shitty. Kind of makes all the unique weapons even more unique, though. What it does mean is that the stuff that you buy in stores is often on par with what you get from a Demon Door or a Silver Key chest, because they're all just legendary weapons. Kinda sucks. They did, like, split the pools, so Demon Door items are always Demon Door items. They can still mix up, but, like, they'll always be cooler, at least. Cooler looking. I mentioned how the spells got split into directional and area, so like Fireball and Inflame to be mixed into one spell. Or stuff like Slow Time and Assassin Rush will be one thing. I'm looking for stuff I can upgrade, doesn't look like there is any.
Sorry, gotta go.
One feature that I didn't know about in Fable 2, because they never tell you about it, is that your spells get stronger when you've learned more spells. Like, that's how you level up your magic. By just owning more of them. Like, you'll charge faster, and the low level ones will be stronger. I didn't know about that for my first couple playthroughs, so I just, like, picked a spell that I wanted to play with, and, like, yep, that's my spell. Kinda shitty they never explained it, but it's honestly a weird system. Those hearts are enemies. I think those are hearts. Right, I was gonna take a quest, but, you know, I forgot I said I was gonna try and do the Chapel Squirm stuff, so... I'm going back to Oakville for a second, see if we can get anyone to follow us. I know the people around here follow us no problem. But Oakville's people are fickle. Maybe they just don't like me. So how much money we got? 7,000? I can probably buy a house with that. I could also try, like, traders on the road nearby.
Follow.
So skyly.
Follow.
I can't follow you.
Follow.
Ah. Alright. I'm just gonna try walking in there and see if I find any NPCs on the road. I think it's probably because of the murder spree they hate me so much here. And everyone still cowers in fear when I walk by, but they still follow me.
Follow.
No, thanks. You incredible
Follow.
superlative prince amongst men.
Ooh,
No,
steady.
why should I follow you? Oh.
Follow.
Oh, I can't even accept the next question. I have to go to the Grey House, so it's good I came back here. There's also a green dot here, so someone to talk to, apparently. Never mind, I know who this is. It's related to something we'll run into when we go to Battlestone North. I think we're gonna get another big experience dump on us. I don't know why she didn't just give it all to us the first time, but... I don't know.
So, you finally met Jack of Blades. I met him long ago, of course, when he burned down our home and cut out my eyes. But he wasn't lying when he said he knew where Mother was. He's kept her in Bar Gate Prisson ever since the night of the raid. I haven't been able to get inside, but the archaeologist knows of an ancient secret passage. You've met him already, haven't you? Jack's creatures are still after him, just like they're after me. I can't stay here much longer. I've left the details in a quest card at the guild. You have to get Mother out. She's the only one who knows how to reach the sword. You did read the book I sent, didn't you? The sword is everything, and it could turn the world to nothing. Oh, and Mother has a gift for you too. More power than you can imagine.
This is the first time I've been to the Grey House. There's a demon door right over there. We'll open that in a few minutes, I guess. We have to go through the quest of Lady Grey to get that one open. Which means, if you're playing a good guy and you decide to not go through with that whole ordeal, that door will be locked forever. There's no other way to open it. As this happens when you enter the house for the first time. Sets up to be a spooky place. Pretty much after this whole area is gonna be full of zombies. I think it's just an alright place to grind earlier on. As you see, those are all the low-level ones. Probably later in this session, we'll go into the graveyard, where all the higher-level undeads are. Ages of skill, nice. Jesus. Dusty notebook. See, I think that was Lady Grey's notebook. I'm not gonna read it because of how awful the book system is in this. You saw me trying to read last time. So yeah, basically, she talks about how she's been murdering people since she was a kid, like, for financial gain. It's all evidence written in there. There's a handful of ways to figure out that Lady Grey's not an awesome person, but the book's the most obvious one. However, she does have the biggest tits in the game. Considering how underdeveloped the NPCs are, that's basically all that matters, isn't it? Like, yeah, Lady Grey kills people, but Jesus, my fucking throat. I need to drink something. Ah. Got like a phlegm stuck in there or something. Right, yeah, she murders people, but, you know, that's all in the past. She doesn't murder people now. Just another NPC. It's no big deal. We went to the Temple of Avo. Nymphs. I don't think you can actually damage them longer in this form, or it's really difficult to. Magic arrow got him. Bitch. I did mention that there's a higher level version of these. I think there's like a green one and a red one. They all have different spells, but I think they all have different health values too. I couldn't tell you which one's the strongest. I feel like I saw the red ones the most. Means they're probably the highest tier. You really don't run into them that often, which means you're very unlikely to ever see a green one. It's only when they show up in groups that they'll really mix up how difficult they are. See, the door says something like you need a posh ball and chain or something, which I had no idea as a kid. Like, I thought he was maybe going to give me a flail type weapon. But, nah, ball and chain is what you refer to as a wife, because, you know, they chain you down, shackle you, no longer a free man. I think it's a very negative way to look at it, but, I mean, it's true in a lot of ways. If I save your life, will you follow me? Dead.
Follow. Follow.
No? Okay.
Well,
Well,
we can do a special offer for you, sir.
short hair. That looks kind of goofy up front. Wooden basin. Ponytail, youngster. The warrior stripe. The warrior stripe's gonna look super funny because obviously we're bald now, so we're gonna be missing like half of the mohawk. I think it is time to grow a bigger beard though. Oh, I did expand the mustache. The power stash. Nah, we're going with the big boy. Oh, we get to keep him.
You did amazingly at the arena. But why did you kill Whisper?
A bitch. What else? Come on. I'd make that choice if I was a good guy. Fucking bullied me, bro. Not to mention, I got paid for it. Like, you're out here trudging through dangerous swamps, risking your own goddamn life. Could just killed Whisper. Damn wallies. Ow, baby hobs. I don't think I've ever seen those. I wonder if it was a bug or not. See if anyone here will follow me. Put my weapon away.
Do your bidding.
Follow. Follow.
Oh.
Follow. Follow. Follow.
You, sir, are
Follow.
a great man amongst men.
Follow. Follow.
No. Scorn's
Follow.
right-hand man.
Follow. Follow. Follow.
You, sir, are a great man amongst men. I'm pleased to serve you. Get after those awful minions on the cliff tops. Best in Albion. I get it. Whoops.
Follow.
I don't understand. I've never been this hated in my entire life. I might just go and buy a master bow at this point.
For you, sir.
I could also try wearing these. They'll make me a lot less scary. Let's see, the DLC actually added in sort of helmets for the bright and dark plate suits, so you only really want to have one of them. I don't think there's a point in buying the normal plate because of that. You won't have a matching helmet. However, for the sake of opening the demon door, I might go ahead and buy them all. Looks like he has the full suit on him. In which case, I should be able to open it right away. Ah, fuck, that's expensive. See if I can sell those green sacks or something. I think I maxed out my guile, so I should be able to make a profit by default. Hope he doesn't want to buy them. Damn it all. Remember, I'm a good patron. You want to follow me, please?
Follow.
Oh,
Renown, manly arm pump.
yes.
Yes.
Don't quite follow. Oh. Oh, must you be like that, hero?
Follow.
Oh,
It's frustrating. I'm either going to buy a nice bow, or I'm going to actually go ahead and lead someone from Bowerstone, which... I don't know, it's probably easier than it sounds, right? Gotta be. Oh, I can hire the dudes. I forgot about them. I'm gonna kill this troll, and then I'm going back to Twinblade's camp, I guess, and I'm gonna walk through Oakville, hire the other guy, and I'll sacrifice both of them, and I'll pray. I will pray that I get enough points, because I don't entirely remember how the system works. Let's see, I remember reading it last time. I don't remember what it said, though. I don't think I have to do anything specific to get the bow, it's just a matter of points. So, I think the time of day did impact it. Like, if I'm evil and I sacrifice people during the day, that's good.
If you're looking for... Let's get with the violence. Once you've got the taste of death on your lips, it's hard to let go.
Alright. Gonna bring him and the other guy with us. We're gonna go through the areas that we just were. And it's gonna be something. The reason I hadn't actually bought plate mail up to this point, even though it's available, because there's a more expensive suit called the Obsidian Armor from the DLC, sold in Bowerstone South, I think. And it's basically plate mail, but it looks hella cool. So I wanted to wear that instead of dark plate or anything. Let's see, I guess we're going on a bit of a long stretch of nothing, so what can I talk about? That guy T-posing? No, he's just floating. Oh, and this person loves me. I'm sure they'll fall, right?
I hope he
Follow.
looks at me. Sure, I'll come with you.
Hell yeah.
Oh, gladiator,
What did I just hear?
Imagine retiring from this life. Might as well drop dead.
Oh, yes. Whisper is no more. You defeated her.
Follow.
Go somewhere else. Sure, I'll come with you.
Working now, isn't it? There's another guy I want to grab. I think I see a heart over there by the stalls, or maybe I own one of them. I'm not sure.
Need a good sword to fight beside you? Good day. Excellent. Let's move.
A ring would be nice. A wedding
Follow.
ring, I mean.
Oh, this isn't
Watch him.
Huh. I don't think I remember being able to be gay.
My hands are red with...
I guess there is no child system, so there's no reason for them to not include it, but... I just don't remember it being an option. Probably because I was a bigoted little kid. A time period where that's gay was acceptable as an insult.
Lord.
Alright, we'll lead a convoy, baby. I guess the green outline is for, like, marrying them. So, we're not gonna do that. I'm not sure if the bordello's open yet or not, but I can maybe make a stop in there.
Such foul deeds.
Rather than even wasting our time on marriage, I'll just use the prostitutes. Who cares?
Don't want these.
With ya!
Have you heard about the time I wiped out an entire encampment of bandits?
Okay, so there's what I can get into. Talk about what actually went wrong with Fable 3.
With ya!
I know I said it's a disaster, and in reality it's really not that bad. Like, it plays basically like Fable 2 with a lot more polish. Except...
I've got you covered!
yeah, there's no death penalty, which is super shitty. Like, you kind of just come back and lose a little experience. Which, there's only one type of experience. They boiled it down to one thing. So it's not like you even lost that much. And, like, getting experience is stupid easy. You get literally from interacting with people. Let's see, they simplified the art style a lot, made it look kind of like the plastic toy models or whatever. And, you know, it ran really well. I thought it looked pretty. And considering it was on the Xbox 360, which made Fable 2 lag, it was a good thing, in my opinion.
Let's just get on with the killing.
Basically entirely got rid of the whole dark, gritty tone that they kind of had going. I'd say kind of, because there's also areas that are very nice looking. No, it normalized everything. It got rid of a lot of the extremes, I guess.
Come in!
But I guess the part that really pissed everyone off was the whole end sequence where you finally become king and you have to make a lot of money. Whether you're good or evil, you have to make a lot of money. All the major choices that like transform areas of the game boil down to spend money or save it. Make things nice or make things
You know, I was once asked to join the Heroes Guild.
However, if you're a collector,
Let's move!
you'll end up having to make very specific choices to get access to certain silver keys or weapons, otherwise you'll have to collect them through multiplayer. But again, basically, all they're about is spending or saving money, so it's utterly pointless. there's like a timer until the end of the world, essentially, and you have to get all your money together before then, but the timer's fake, and it only progresses when you do story stuff, which means you can literally turn off the console and wait for your real estate money to come in, or you can sit there and play the game, never advancing the story, and you'll be able to get the best outcome regardless of what choices you made. Means there was no choice. I'm already pure evil, but I'll take the rewards, please.
Bring it on!
Talk to him.
Good. A fresh donation. You bring many choices for sacrifice. I shall select only one.
Yeah, he does only one at a time. Free shit.
The die is cast. The means of sacrifice has been determined. Ah, yes. For this one, I think, the rope engine.
The rope engine, I guess, is the machine where they, like, use ropes to pull off your limbs. I think they call it quartering someone. Ideally, these people would get tortured in creative ways, but
next time.
It's,
New followers. Good. You bring many.
They would basically all just, like, get evaporated.
Means of sacrifice.
The second game, they added the Wheel of Misfortune, which actually has fun things happen to these people.
That pittance is of little use.
It's because the time of the day. It is morning, but whatever.
Come in!
New followers. Good. The die is cast. That pittance is of little use.
I know what this guy wants from me.
Move in!
Trying my darnest.
Good. A fresh donation. The die is cast. The means. That pittance is of little use.
Just point the way!
New followers. Good. The die is cast. The mean. That pittance is of little use.
Okay, I think I'm going to repeat that process one more time. And if I don't get it by then fuck it. But now it seems like some people want to follow me, so we'll keep trying. The ladies, at least. Might have to do some expressions or something. At a tavern. Hey there, buddy.
Follow.
Follow.
Why should I follow you?
Because I dance for you. Tap dance.
Mind your back. You what? What was that?
What was that? Huh?
No. Why should I follow you?
Follow.
He's the man.
Follow.
I'm gonna marry him.
Follow.
There we go. I think that they don't change until they've actually seen me.
Follow.
Sure.
Follow.
I'll come with you.
Follow.
Sure. I'll come with you.
Follow.
How things are
Follow.
at home. Sure. I'll come with you. No, sorry,
Follow.
I failed.
Beer if you would.
Follow. Follow.
Give me some
we
beer.
go to the inn?
We're in the inn.
Why should I follow you?
No, sorry, I failed.
Oh, I mean, got a large roof. I feel like I might be able to get more.
Follow.
Beverly's bringing the beer. How kind of her. Life material right there. Ladies, you like the big penis.
Tall and strong, aren't you?
Tall and strong archer.
I'll be right there.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've checked on her class for a while. Let's see if it's changed anything. Now we're basically using everything. We're a witch hunter. That sounds cool. I think that's what they call the magic bowman, but sounds pretty dope, doesn't it? Like, we're a witch and a hunter. We do not hunt witches. Does anyone want to buy my grain? I have like a lot of grain to sell, bro. Would you please buy it?
You did amazingly at the arena.
I guess not. Eh. We all good, peeps? I think they're all quite scared.
Follow. Follow. Follow.
Are you up to my eyes in washing and
Follow.
cleaning? Sorry. Are you up to my eyes in washing?
I'm very sad about this outcome.
You must be some sort
This is
god.
One question. Right.
Please?
Follow.
Oh, sorry. Are you up to my eyes in
Can we go to the inn?
Hold on, do you like emeralds?
I didn't
Follow.
get that.
Follow.
Oh, sorry.
Follow. Follow.
This could not have gone any worse. I think it might be because I accidentally hit them with a magic arrow or something, but I feel like there's not friendly fire unless you lock on to people, so it just happened.
This is dull.
Anyways, I was talking about what the poopy things happened in Fable 3, so, back to that. I think it would have been a lot better if, you made those choices maybe in the beginning of the game. Or maybe even when you made the initial promise, and rather than giving you the choice to go back on it, you could have had, like, a negotiation thing. At the beginning, when your bad guy brother is on the throne still, maybe he could have had you make a bunch of these decisions, and then he'd get blamed for it. You made him more of a tragic character arc, where he gets blamed for all the bullshit that you put him through. And you have to make right on it later, maybe.
Follow.
They kinda did that by You basically pick whether a unique NPC lives or not at the start, without realizing the actual ramifications of it, because you haven't gotten a chance to play the game yet, so, like, that makes the impact of it all the more, special. That would be, like, a good example of the power that you're going to have later on. Instead, you just make it, the thing happens instantaneously, and it had nothing to do with what alignment you were or anything. Kinda like how Mass Effect 3's ending was booty because of that. You went through 3 games building up your character, and at the end, you still get to make a choice. He doesn't just do it on his own. And it takes away all the impact of it, because
sacrifice has been determined.
The best man can still make the evilish choice, and it'll mean nothing.
Let's get on with an adventure.
Ah, I see you've brought me.
Aside from that, it did focus a lot more on the story, but it was incomplete. Like, a whole act of the game got cut. There's a big stone gate somewhere in the second continent, which has like 4 areas in it. That gate was supposed to be opened eventually, but it never is. It's just kind of there, looking all foreboding and shit. That was gonna have a whole nother act of the game behind it. It was never in. Like, half of the areas that are in the game, you don't even go until you're in the final part of it, which is pretty lame. Like, they could have diversified the story so much more. Anyways, we're not doing the Chapel Scorn bullshit, because they don't like our sacrifices, and I don't know how to do better, so... We're gonna go buy us a nice bow and call it a day. I don't mean that literally. We've got plenty of time left for this. I'm sure we're all tired of watching me escort people and failing to escort people. No, I'm tired of doing it. No protection, easy, without a scratch, hard. We're actually gonna fight one of the hardest enemies in the game for this one. And they're Jack of Blades minions, so obviously they're the bad guys. Underlings, they're the hardest. The real issue is that they block so many of your attacks. There is one harder enemy, but he's from DLC, so he doesn't count. He's also basically the same thing. This fighter, no thanks. That's a lot of money, though. Fuck it, we'll do it just this once.
I know you can do it. Good luck.
Do you know? That was good.
Aside from that, yeah, it was super polished. Like, it played like a smoother version of 2, with even less RPG stuff in it, which was shitty, but I don't think that's necessarily the heart of what the franchise is. Because, like, it's never been super deep into the RPG elements, right? So it can do without them, it didn't do enough without them. And the game focused way too much on multiplayer, which, honestly, I never found too many people to play with, even when it did come out, because I guess it's more of an obscure franchise. And you'd think an exclusive franchise would have more people playing it, but I don't know. despite the fact that nerds aren't necessarily outcasts anymore, a lot of people still look at this fantasy stuff as nerd shit, and they're not about it. Sci-fi is, like, a little less nerd shit, but it still doesn't have as big of an audience as, say, Call of Duty, and not necessarily for gameplay reasons.
Oh, hello there. Oh, yes. You're well known enough to come in.
Right, we're at the nice part of town.
Welcome to Barstone North, hero. This is a quiet district, and we like to keep it that way. We don't tolerate uncivil behaviour here, so mind you don't end up in our holding cell. We have a raving lunatic locked up right now, but he won't be seeing many more sunrises, if you know what I mean. Now, Lady Grey desires to speak with you. You'll find her grace in the gardens outside her mansion. This is a great honour, even for a hero, so mind your manners.
So a good example of, I'm talking about with making one of the decisions early in the game would be how, say in Fable 2, during the prologue, you can make good or bad decisions, and that'll determine the outcome of the lower quarter of Bowerstone. It can be a shitty part with no guards anywhere, or it can be, like, even nicer than the main town area, depending on what you did. And you had no idea what that was going to happen.
Terrible danger.
I felt like a real piece of shit when I didn't end up with the nice town.
Help me before it's too late.
Hello. You know, a man of your status ought to pay a visit to the mayor. She lives in Bowerstone Manor, the big building over by the shop.
Everybody just really wants me to do this quest.
Finally, someone to talk to. You've got to help me out. The mayor's having me executed. That's what happens when you start asking too many questions round here. That woman is a demon, but no one will believe me. Just because I was wrong about the guards controlling our dreams by spiking our water supplies. Her sister was an angel. Would have made a wonderful mayor. And I know Lady Grey killed her. I just know it. You have to help me prove it. Otherwise, Bowerstone will remain in her clutches, and I'll be executed. Yes, finally! We're going to bring that crazy witch down. All you need to do is get her dead sister to tell you what really happened. Don't give me that look. We all know ghosts exist. You've seen them. I've seen them. We've all seen them.
It's true.
Lady Grey's sister, Amanda, had a sweetheart called Rodri. Nice guy, usually hangs out in Barrowfields. If anyone knows how to entice her out of oblivion, it's him.
So, we can go through this bullshit with Lady Grey, or we can just do this and she'll find out that we've investigated and it'll basically circumvent the annoying part of the quest. We're gonna do that.
As you wish, sir.
Leave me alone. What a Burke.
The mayor is a witch! A witch!
Fable 2 actually has a few examples of things like that, or you do stuff in side quests even, or they have ramifications after a time skip in the game. The area called Oakfield, you can like do something with the Temple of Shadows to bring down the Temple of Light. And if you do that, the Temple of Light will be completely destroyed later on, and Oakfield will remain a small town. If you chose to fight against that, however, the area will grow into a nice big town. It's actually one of the nicer places in the game, because how bright it is, I guess.
So, you're the one everyone is talking about. I must say, you have me intrigued. Will you walk with me to the courtyard?
I was just there.
Love to speak with you.
Oh wait, that's a different courtyard. She means over there. Well, you walk 10 feet with me.
But sometimes it feels like the loneliest place in the world. You see, I haven't married yet. Somehow I've never met a man worthy enough.
I'd be a bit less lonely if you didn't kill your sister.
That only someone who could conquer the arena could conquer me. Perhaps you could bring me a gift from town. I'm sure you can find something fitting for a lady.
I like that your character always makes stupid expressions when he doesn't talk. Because it kind of shows that he, like, never grew up past the beginning of the game. He's still the same guy. He just wants revenge. You see him always, like, shrugging at things people say. Like, man, I don't know, I'm just trying to be a hero. I feel like there's a chest in one of these houses, so I'm looking for. You can also find, like, dark villager outfit things in a lot of these houses.
I thought I got rid of you.
Trying to impress your woman? Kinda weird how there's only, like, 4 houses in this area. There's, like, 6 people living in each one.
Greetings.
I think this is technically theft, so I hope I don't get in trouble for it. Good.
I think we can do a special offer for you, sir.
It's terrible. Ah, sick. Maze's shirt, wow. Got a lot of nice stuff here. Anyways, I don't really care about the clothing. Let's see how much a master bow costs. Oh yeah, this this is the most expensive weapon. It's also the one that's stronger than the Sword of Aeons. I should point that out. It's like the default alternative, I guess. The main difference being that it's two-handed, so it's slower. Big Boo. Oh, that's pretty. Big Scary, and it said to follow those who turn their back on it. Big Boo is known to stab those in the back and release more spirits for it to feed on. Health augment and flame augment. It's weaker than the Harbinger, but it looks so awesome. Look at that. One blade. It's one of Twin Blade swords. It hacks too, apparently. Jeez. Cost 23,000. I don't think we'll do that until after we've done this quest. The Dragon Stompers were added in Fable 2 and 3. They're just really powerful, that's their whole deal. They fire slow, but they're strong as fuck. The other ones are guns, of course, but it's a pretty sick looking crossbow, isn't it?
You did amazingly.
We could have bought a black rose from him for Lady Grey, but we're just gonna go to the Grey House. Or maybe I should wait a minute, because I have to go into this northern area to continue the quest later, but you know, there's a quest active here, so I don't know if that'll screw it up or not.
There were too many of them. We never stood a chance. They grabbed the archaeologist and took him up the hill there. I don't know what they're planning to do with him, but I bet it ain't gonna be pretty. You've got to rescue him. Quick, there isn't much time.
Following!
I'm not allowed to use spells either, so I can't use multi-strike to make this simpler. I basically just have to stay behind enemies. Otherwise they'll block the fuck out of my fists.
I've got your... Let's get them!
So these things are called minions. I think we saw quests related to them pop up at the beginning. I honestly have no idea what they are, and they look kind of like kobolds with the helmet, but I think they're just kind of magic armor or something. They're so squeaky. Starting to think this unarmed thing might have been a huge mistake. And I'll probably just pull out my sword in half a second here. Because I haven't yet to kill this guy. So, fuck it. Right, there's some things that just aren't worth it. Why should I hit a guy 30 million times when I can just hit him twice? Let's see, this quest is kind of not much story-wise is gonna happen. You run to the archaeologist, he says, yeah, I know a way into the prison. And, like, we already knew that. So I think I'll just talk over it. Oh, nice, a free bow. Sick. Use that. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna talk about Blasphemous, I guess. It's been about a week.
The minion summoner.
I finished it shortly after our last session, like a day or two after it, so... I will point out, yes, I did play like 2 Metroidvanias in a row, however, one was more platforming based and puzzle based, this one was more combat based. So there is a difference, to me at least. Aside from it being my favorite genre. So, see, I think the thing that's going to stand out to everyone right away is the artwork. It's all like this really freaking brown, dark, macabre. I think that's the word everyone uses. Not entirely sure what it means. I just associate it with grim, bloody, gross. Kind of like The Witcher 3, I guess you can say. And it's all like super religious. That's what the whole world's based on. Let's see. I'm not entirely sure I understand the story because it's pretty fucking out there. But I guess someone like stabbed themselves with a magic sword. Not sure if it was relevant or not. And they asked that their guilt be manifest. And what happened was, I guess, some Lovecraftian elder god type thing. Maybe actual god, I don't know. They answered the call and made everyone's guilt manifest, so everyone began to suffer in unique ways. And they formed like these weird churches. Like, your main character is part of the Brotherhood of Silent Sorrow, so like you put on a stone helmet, or I think it's bronze, but it's like rusted over like the Statue of Liberty. And you just don't speak. Brother of Silent Sorrow. I don't think I said the name right the first time. Well, there's an order of people like kiss wounds to make them holy. There are people who like pour hot stuff on their faces to bring themselves closer to the divinity of their goddess, or what would you call that, a saint? Someone who's basically a god, but not, like, you know, Jesus. So anyways, yeah, it stays pretty cool and unique throughout, world-wise. I don't think I've ever played anything exactly like that. Which makes it worth a buy, just on its own. Something I didn't like was how it, like, never broke character, even to explain game mechanics. Like, there are these, statues you have to find to upgrade your sword's divinity. What I didn't know is that that divinity meant, its damage. Not just, what skills you can buy for it. They were actually damage upgrades. I didn't figure that out till later on when I noticed I was killing the early game stuff in one hit. I was like, when did I get a damage upgrade, huh? Let's see, there are things called rosary beads, which I'll just give you small passive upgrades. Just one of the assassins. I don't know if this game was in development during the same time as Hollow Knight, or if it didn't start until after.
I'm right behind you.
But they're essentially the charm system in Hollow Knight. Like, they're even upgradables and collectibles that you grab. They give you more slots to put them in. I don't know, I thought the charm system in Hollow Knight was fucking awesome, so I was happy to see it again. There's an artifact system, which I guess give you your progression abilities. Like, you know, it's a 2D game, you'd expect a double jump to be a give me, but no. Instead, you have to go through, like, side quests to get the bloodied sand or whatever, which will make blood platforms appear in certain areas. And those will be how you reach higher up areas. There's another one that makes, like, vines grow. Another one that lets you fall down bottomless pits without dying. So I guess it gets points for creativity in terms of that. It's kind of stupid that you can only equip 3 at a time because, I don't know, none of them help you in combat, right? And you should just be able to toggle them on and off. There's some reason to limit yourself to only 3. See, I made the mistake of going to the top area. I don't remember what it was called. First, and it was actually the hardest of the 3 starting areas you could have gone to. So I kind of bashed my head against the wall of that boss until I beat it. And when I went to the other areas, I was like, wow, this is way easier in comparison. So I guess I wish they blocked it off, but I guess it's nice to give me the freedom from the beginning. There was one optional, like, side boss you get an opportunity to fight once. If you die during it, then you won't. Then you have to fight them again during a different boss fight. If you kill them, they're supposed to not appear during it, but they still did for me, so I don't know what I even bothered fighting it for. See, there's a handful of side quests are kind of convoluted, and you wouldn't really figure them out without a guide. Which I had to figure out how to get a couple of those artifacts.
How about some healing?
However, there were another handful that, were kind of just bullshit, like, for achievement and collectible purposes, because you might just accidentally ruin them for you. If you don't do something very specific, then you won't get a certain collectible, or you will miss out on an achievement, and there's nothing telling you otherwise. I think there's like 2 or 3 instances of it, which I failed 2 of them, so I was pretty pissed. I have like a 99.9% completion on my profile. It just makes me want to pull out more of my hair. Game had 2 endings. I kind of stumbled upon the way to get this secret ending right away. There are these statues where you can get your guilt absolved, which is what happens when you die. You leave behind a little thing which like takes away from your mana bar. You keep all your money, so it's not necessarily a corpse run mechanic, but you can pay to get it back.
You're running out of time.
Anyways, I hit the statue right away. I was like, wow, it has a hit effect. So I kept hitting it, and I destroyed it. And it never came back. One of the special rosaries you can use, you can, like, equip it and do a combat challenge based on what area you're in. And if you do that for all the statues, you get the secret ending. Real simple stuff. I guess they both give you, like, lore stuff. There's an assassin here. I didn't even know about that. So it's good to see both of them. You also unlock different skins for your character, which look pretty sweet. That was cool, I guess. I just wish maybe it didn't let me do it in the same run or something, so I didn't cheese it out and just wait till the end to break the last statue. See, I think it's very well balanced for the most part. If you're ever having trouble with a boss, if you just go and explore a bit, you'll usually find a rosary bead that'll help you out with them. It'll be like, this boss does fire damage, so you'll look around and you'll find something that gives you resistance to fire damage. The only real problem I had was the final boss, because it's entirely RNG. The first guy has like no health bars, so he's easy to get past once you've done it like once. But then the second one, he has a weak spot, which is high up in the air, so you need to be on platforms, which spawn randomly. So you kind of have to wait for the right ones to appear, or maybe the right one does appear, but you still need another set to get up to it. And that's really shitty. And his attack patterns are entirely random too, so for the most part they're easy to dodge, but there's one where he like rains down fireballs, and you can only run away for so long before you have to go back to the other side of the screen, and then it's basically impossible to not get hit.
Let's get them.
So even after I had beaten him the first time, it wasn't any easier the second time, because it was entirely RNG. I spent like 2 hours fighting him the both times, all together. Otherwise, I thought it was well balanced. Story, not sure I entirely understood it. It also might be a Bloodborne ripoff. I don't really care. I thought it was all very unique thematically.
I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you.
So, yeah, as long as you're not completely fucking thrown off by S&M type shit, go right ahead. It gets a nice recommendation. Also pretty difficult. I'd say if you were more into something like Castlevania 1 through 4. You'll probably enjoy it.
Still be safely in my cave if it wasn't for you. Yes, I know the way into Bar Gate Prisson. I know everything, don't I? That's why I'm as good as dead if they find me again. Anyway, there's an ancient route into the prison through the Litchfield graveyard. It hasn't been opened in centuries, but you'll have to figure that one out for yourself. I'm not sticking around here. I still know a few good hiding places.
I don't know why I stopped talking for that. I told you didn't say anything relevant. However, I did just remember that I forgot to talk about the platforming. Some people would call it hard because there's like spikes that'll auto-kill you if you land on them. But for the most part, it's pretty forgiving in a lot of places, I'd say, because it has a ledge grab. Like I mentioned last time, ledge grabs make things infinitely forgiving. That's all I really have to say about it. Very specific. There's no point where you can ever, like, cheese out your jumps. I don't think, anyways. Yeah, it's serviceable. I don't think it's the main focus of the game. If you like parrying, you'll love the combat, though. So there's a big amount of that. Anyways, good game. I mostly enjoyed it. The final boss kind of left a sour taste in my mouth, but I don't think it was enough to ruin the experience for me. Did I just lose money? Or am I crazy? I did. They told me I had 9,000 for some reason. If I go collect my rent money now, I should have enough to buy a master bow, even though I just got an ebony one. We're gonna do that because the Chapel Storm doesn't fucking like us. Whatever. It's only the best bow in the game because it charges infinitely, like we read last time, which means, if I want to make full use of its damage, I have to just hold the button forever. Which isn't really what I want to do, so no biggie. You see the next quest automatically started. I don't take a card for it because it's personal business. I wish my D-pad didn't suck. Split Woods. Oh, that's a silly name. It's just off of Edmonds Hill or whatever, where they execute people. So Giblet Woods, all the jibs go. See, another thing that was great about Fable 3 is they got rid of alignment-specific quests. I guess you could say that none of your choices in the entire game matter except for a select few, but... yeah, the only thing that you wouldn't do if you were a good guy is the Temple of Shadows stuff, which even then, you can go through that quest line without, like, killing too many people. It's only if you want the actual reward from it that you have to actually do evil stuff, really. There is no Temple of Light equivalent, which is dumb. As I mentioned before, Peter Molyneux really wanted to gear people into playing evil. And, he kind of failed, still. He gave the good people less content, and he still failed to make it good. I should have gone to Barrow Fields. Oh well. I'll buy the bow first, I guess, since I'm already here. I don't know if the school's open. We always come here at night. I want to freaking finish the books. I have a lot of books.
I'm keeping you under surveillance.
The shop's closed. Disappointment.
I suppose he's been yapping on about one of his twisted conspiracy theories. The man is sick in the head. A danger to society. Won't be for very long, though. The mayor is seeing to that.
Just another fool.
You again?
What are you doing round here?
Why?
Oh, he's nothing but trouble.
I knew there was a chest in one of these houses. I didn't think it was just money, though. Hey, the shop's open.
I thought I got rid of you. I think we can do a special offer for you, sir.
Alright, let's buy a nice bow. And the shop's open. I think that means school is, so... stop in there and try and get the damn wizard hat.
Don't try anything.
Guess not. Oh wait.
Oh,
No, they're...
home.
I can't tell if they're following me or if they're actually coming to the classroom.
I never done nothing.
This is a thing kids do. Hey, Mr. Gao, you're here. What's up?
Ah, hello again. Have you found any interesting reading material? Ah, The Trials of Arkham, a classic tale. Must be rather disturbing for you, I would have thought.
Huh? Please tell me more.
Why don't you stay and listen, hero? Once upon a time, in a village by the sea, lived a boy called Arkham with his family. Peaceful were their lives for many a year, till one day a band of savages did appear, destroyed that peaceful village by the sea, and killed the poor boy's family. But of Arkham himself they found no trace, for the boy had hid in quite a safe place. And though he wished to help in his heart, he stayed hidden till the savages did depart. Then he emerged to find his whole family killed, and the streets of the village with corpses filled. Oh, dear me, this really is the most unoriginal tosh.
How self-aware.
Any books for us today, hero? Oh, the children are always asking me about the arena. Oh, they'll love this. Ah, it lifts one's spirits to see a hero take... how many of you have been to the Witchwood Arena? Ah, but have you ever stopped to look at the statues in the Hall of Heroes? Some of the greatest heroes in Albion's history are celebrated there. Mighty champions who conquered the arena and the people's hearts. In the days of the Old Kingdom, heroes would lead their fans into battles, so they could see their skill, bravery, and combat. But all too often, spectators would find themselves torn limb from limb by balverines, or caught in the backwash of a hero's spell. And so, the arena was built in Witchwood, to give heroes a permanent stage on which to fight their duels without endangering the audience. Creatures are brought there from all over Albion for heroes to face, and the battles get more elaborate with every year that passes. But one rule remains unchanged. Should either hero wish it, the final battle between them can be fought to the death.
What was a sissy like you doing at the arena?
My daddy took me to see Thunder fight
Rude.
there.
Thunder? You were just a...
Any books for us today, hero? A love story. How sweet. Ah, it lifts one's spirits to see a hero take such a keen The way of the warrior doth take its toll on a hero's face, and ere long women will fly and escape before he can give chase. Scarred and dejected, a hero named Ralph stole all of the traders' riches. He made use of their gold and bought romantic gifts for all of the ladies. The women of Albion fell at his feet, and Ralph had the pick of the town, till he finally chose a pretty young girl and bought her a fine wedding gown. But too late did he see that love that is true isn't founded on wealth. His wife's only care was for money and gems he kept up on the shelf. By way of divorce, Ralph exercised his axe on her head. This he did mount up on the wall, just over the bed. so did the woman sadly become the world's first trophy wife. And Ralph did give up the matrimonial for the hero's life.
That was done.
Right here.
Any books for history?
Are being odd.
Thank you, hero. Can any of you tell me who built the ancient pillars at Lookout Point? Yes?
The people in the Old Kingdom, sir.
That's right. They once ruled all of Albion, and the ruins of their cities can still be found wherever you go.
Oh, Jagger hair
The kingdom
is.
was founded by a great lord named Archon, who united Albion using the power of the Sword of Eons. But over time, the sword began to corrupt him, and the kingdom fell into darkness. Strange monuments were built to focus the magical power of the kingdom, and terrifying armored figures were summoned to guard them. But at the very height of its power, the old kingdom collapsed, and Archon and his sword disappeared. What happened to them? Nobody knows.
No, I hope he doesn't see me.
Do you? Ah! The final volume of the great creatures of Albion. Thank you.
I think you only have room to read about 5 a day.
To this
I'm still past this during all of it.
Today's lesson is from Volume 3 of the Creatures of Albion. If trolls ruled the land and dragons the skies, then the mighty Kraken are masters of the sea. A few men have ever seen a Kraken, and fewer still have lived to tell the tale. Since before the times of the Old Kingdom, these terrifying creatures have lurked in the seas that surround Albion. Their tentacles can grow to be over 100 feet long and are strong enough to crush a ship like kindling. A brave sailor once drove away a kraken by hacking off one of those gargantuan tentacles. But to kill one of the beasts, oh, that would truly be a heroic task. You have done our school such a great service. I don't know if we can ever adequately repay you. I do have a little something, and, well, I know it's not much, but the children think you'll love it. We used it in our production of The Mage's Apprentice, but it was a little large for our particular actors.
No. Probably gave him too many good guy books. I'm not sure if you can get the other ones if you keep donating or not. Obviously, there's that achievement for donating 25. If you're really interested in all the book stuff and don't want to read them yourself. Considering that there's no way to scroll through the books, is the best way to do it. You can. Not sure if we will, though. And if we ever just need something to do, that's there. But I do need to be, like, time conscious in a way. Part of why I relaxed from being like, well, let's complete this. To, you know, maybe we'll just play it. Yeah, I'm hoping to get through the prison by the end of this session. And I'll leave us with about one or two more times playing this. I could have talked to the man, but he's just gonna tell me to flicker my light a few times or something to that effect. And just do it. Never mind. I'll even talk to the man. I probably flickered it too much, but I don't remember the exact number.
life is pointless. Amanda? Yes, of course I knew her. I think about her all the time. She was so beautiful, so pure. She was afraid her sister would find out about us and use it against her, stop her from becoming mayor. I'm no noble, after all. So, we'd meet in secret in the grey house cellar. I would sneak out to the stables and flash my lamp 3 times to let her know I was there. One night, she didn't come out, and I found the cellar door locked. Her sister, Elvira, Lady Grey as she's now known, told me she had died of some terrible illness. Then the house was abandoned, and I never even got to... I'm sorry. It's too painful to talk about.
You got blue-balled hard. Right, so again, I want to try and get past the prison, which is the next quest that we're doing. It's kind of long, but a big part of it just comes from the fact that there's an endless stream of hollow men to fight. And with our sword, we can kill them pretty dang quick, so it shouldn't be a huge issue. Hoping to come in at like 3 hours or so on this. Those big ones with the glowy hands are like leaders or something. They have the ability to summon more. They're kind of priority targets. He just walks into the cellar, nothing to see there. I wish I had ones for strength, because I've almost got those maxed out. Oh, wait, I do. Nice.
Rodri, is that you?
Nah.
I've waited for you so long and I... Wait, you're not Rodri?
Not.
I prayed that he would rescue me, but he never came. When the air ran out, I closed my eyes and imagined I was dying in his arms. Now I'll never see him again. And my sister has taken everything. People must know the truth about her. Take this letter. Show the world what really happened.
Ah, sick. Use that. That's all it's down here. Might be a dig spot. Let me just steal that. Right, ran out of there. It happens.
So, now you know the truth. Amanda was a weak, romantic fool. She didn't have what it takes to run Bowerstone. She would have turned the whole place into an egalitarian slum. But don't worry your pretty head with such big words. We can still be together. You can still have me.
Wouldn't you like to be mayor? Think of the power. It can all be yours. Just hand over the letter.
Yes.
A wise decision, my sweet. There's just one more thing you need to do before you can call me yours. Another hero seeks my hand in marriage. That pitiful fool, Thunder. He is nothing compared to you, my love. But if you could defeat him in a duel, we would be rid of him for good. You'll find him on the bridge by the jail outside Bowerstone. Then we can be together, and we can forget all this ever happened.
Alright, real simple. We're gonna go fight Thunder. Sadly we didn't run into any, coal skates while we were out there, so we have to go through Bowerstone. She said that she would have turned the whole place into a slum. I don't necessarily believe that. I just think that there'd be more okay-looking buildings. Rather than there being one really nice district and one pretty shitty one. Because, like, nobody wants to live in a shitty home, right?
Heard any good gossip?
What am I going on about? Like, in the real world, ghettos don't exist because we let them. Or I guess that is because we let them. But nobody made themselves live in a ghetto, you know? A lot of money actually goes into, like, beautification.
First you kill my sweet sister.
The helmet's so awesome.
Try to take the woman I love. I will crush your filthy bones till there is nothing left. Meet me at the executioner's block on the hill. I can think of no better place to kill you.
Yeah, a lot of money goes into, like, beautification, like paying for artwork, planting flowers, making parks, cleaning up garbage on the streets. The idea is that once you have a nice neighborhood, you're not gonna let it go back to shit unless you're just that shitty of a person. And, sadly that is the case with a lot of, areas that are still ghettos consistently. It's just the people living there ruining them. They're not bad areas on purpose. The city puts tons of money into it. Like, you know, there was, like, a nice park with tons of beautiful flowers and stuff. It'd be like that for a day. And people would come and throw their cigarettes all over the place. And I'd put, like, arsenic and shit in the ground. And now all the flowers are dead. And it's just a big gross patch of dirt. And, like, there's cigarette disposals all over the fucking place. Nobody uses them, though. weird flex, but I'm actually the one in charge of keeping the parking lot clean at work. And I always, like, put a full-ass effort into it. Like, I'm out there for an hour, picking up everything. And I get people pulling me over all the time to, like, thank me and stuff. Because parking lots are always fucking disgusting. It is nice when you pull up to a place and you see that it doesn't look like shit outside.
My sister thought you were her friend, and you killed her. You shall know the meaning of revenge, farm boy, and the lady will be mine.
So, I guess in one sense, she was correct in, like, splitting things up into the nice district and the bad one, because there are gonna be people who you just can't deal with, and Thunder is a bastard, holy shit. It's funny how we just read that book telling us how people get caught in the backwash of their spells all the time. I never equipped my master bow, did I?
If I can't have her, no one else can.
Thunder kind of just blocks all your attacks until you flourish or shoot him in the back, so it's kind of shit.
See them. Are they still alive?
You fight like a demon, but I won't rest until Whisper is avenged.
As I was saying, she was kind of right to split things up by the class, but, I don't know. Maybe have a little faith in humanity first. The main reason I went through fighting Thunder is because, as you see, there's a demon door right here. It only opens during this fight, because we're, like, trapped in this side area. If you don't fight Thunder, you won't ever come through here, so there's 2 demon doors. They're directly locked to this quest line.
Steal her heart just by killing me? The lady loves me!
And I think there's actually a silver key in this spot right here, and there's a silver key chest in that cave. There's a lot that you get just from going through with marrying Lady Grey. Otherwise, you still become mayor. You just don't get to open 2 of the demon doors, which is really lame. That's 20, which I think might actually be just enough to open this chest. I mentioned before that 25 was the maximum amount in the base game. So nothing on the main continent is gonna have more than that. Maybe even 20. I think that's how much it takes to open the one at the Heroes Guild. I have to, like, hit him before this reaches me.
It's a dark day that sees Whisper's killer defeat me. If the lady only knew what you are, how black your heart is. Leave me alone now.
His hands are too big to properly grip the sword without going through the hilt. We didn't actually get to kill him, but we're given the opportunity to later, so that's why. Mana augment. I'll take it. I'll probably go ahead and put that in my bow, actually. I want to try this. The description makes it sound like it's gonna fire fast, but nah, it's still just a crossbow. Big one though, look at that. You don't even hold it right. Okay, what have I got? Sharpening, I think that's a direct damage boost. Piercing goes through armor. It's kind of useful in some situations. I think it's good against Hollowmen. Silver, Hollowmen, werewolves, pretty much. Flame, Hollowmen? Maybe the blue fairies? Lightning is a thing, I don't know. It's worse against trolls. Health is health regen, mana is mana regen. I'll put the health one in it too, why not? We're probably not going to replace this thing ever. I'll still wait to see if I can find a cooler third augment, but for now that's just what we've got. Only killed that many things. Thought it would be higher. I don't think you even get to talk to this demon door on the other side. It's just like the back face of the door, you know? Like it's just the hexagon.
I'm not best pleased with that mess. Still, fair dues. Nip on through.
I'm not sure how that works out if you choose to teleport away, like any sensible man would. See how my health just gets a little tick every now and then, and the mana one literally goes at twice the rate. It's nice. Alright, I guess we're running back to Bowerstone again. We're gonna go get married. And that'll take me back to the Grey House, where I can grab another weapon, open another door. Then we'll go to the prison. And hopefully I won't take super long, because I got the nice fishing rod. And I got the powerful weapon that can destroy Hollowmen. I don't really need to be doing this fight, but I am. For no reason. Did I dig this spot? I don't remember. I know I did the one in the fields. Their Hallmen are slower than bandits. I don't have to worry about them at all.
Get away with you!
I'm watching you. What can I do you for? Get out of it.
Back, I wonder how much money we have. 1,000. Okay, it's not enough. I was gonna say I can buy the rest of the plate suit and open up yet another demon door. That's all I'm missing. But we're gonna need like another 20,000 to do that.
Oh, my hero.
Should get a dowry from the marriage though. I don't know how much that'll be.
Proven themselves worthier than you. I'm so happy. I must make the arrangements for the wedding at once. And if you so much as look at another woman before then, I shall have her pretty head chopped off.
And still fuck it.
And so the hero married.
Hey, it's the sheriff.
And for one day at least, the troubles of a hard world were put aside.
I wish they upres the cutscenes. You can see a lot of artifacting there. 15,000, amazing.
You have reached legendary status.
Hell no, I ain't ever streaming a JRPG, Andy. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I think I technically could have went and got this before getting married, but there's a silver key lying in the bed for no reason. There's also a chest right here. You got me, it is a JRPG. I don't think there's anything down there. Just some sick-ass glowing rocks. Right, the gray house. Open that demon door whenever this fucking seal wants to work. Again, I think the hint for this door was like really bad. A posh ball and chain. How the hell is a 12-year-old boy supposed to figure that out? Oh.
Poor Lady Grey, having you as a husband. Still, you're married, so slide yourself through.
There's the DMs. Sliding in. Oh shit. These things, they only appear 3 times in the game. Ronak the Axe. They have short, brutal lives, but Ronak has survived centuries of combat and still sharp as day, forged by Old Kingdom foresters. So it's literally just a fucking axe. Nothing special about it.
Ha!
The I guess we're good to go on with the game now. Just got a crap ton of fat loots that we're never gonna use. But I didn't get the achievement for opening all the demon doors last time. That's the main reason I'm doing that.
Just call me
You an embarrassment.
Oh, our destination is the Litchfield Graveyard. It's literally the next area over from where we fought Thunder. Sadly, there's no teleport until we actually get to the graveyard. Games I probably should have activated before to save us another trip through here.
You'll not see another.
I'd say this is probably the second longest string of areas without a teleport. And the one in Darkwood doesn't even count because it gets activated a little bit later. Luckily, you don't have to really come through here, like, ever again. I've got all the fat loots. I think there's one more side quest we can do here, but I'll save that for next time. Wow, a box. Lame. I don't think I want to put that in my bow. Not sure what I should put in it. Maybe piercing. I guess a lot of late game enemies do have a lot of armor. I'll tell you what, I will put in the piercing one. I can't really think of any augment type that I'm missing, except maybe the experience one. Which we don't really need anymore, do we? Alright, now we're OP. See, there's like a crap ton of silver keys here because it's a graveyard, which means a ton of dig spots, and there's also a lot of fishing. Pointed out earlier, that's why I went out of my way to get the fucking nice fishing rod.
You have a whole set? That must be worth a bleeding fortune.
Yeah, I smashed open the crypt and it was all just lying there.
You'd better hide it to make sure no one else steals it.
Don't worry, I've got it stashed all over the yard. No one's going to find it. Not even them undead what's wandering around. Only thing I didn't manage to hide before they turned up was the helmet. It'll be all right here for now, and I'm keeping them gates locked till I can sell the lot.
Shh! What was that? Someone's out there. I better go.
Yes. Get out of my house, you bloody peasant.
All right, I'm leaving. I just needed somewhere to sleep.
Hello. Guild business, is it, eh? You want to go through them old kingdom gates? I tell you, they ain't been opened for generations. They say that only Nostro the gatekeeper could open them. But old Nostro died a couple of 100 years ago, and now the secret's buried with him in his crypt. I suppose you'll be wanting access to the graveyard. Well, let's go.
Probably noticed that dope-looking helmet on his shelf. He is,
Nostro's crypt is on the far side of the graveyard.
This guy robbed all the graves. That's why the undead are all pissed off. It didn't occur to me when I was a kid that grave robbing was, illegal. I kind of just thought that you earned whatever from the dead guy. There was nothing wrong with looting corpses.
That's just a mucky pond.
Still kind of feel that way, to be honest, but I don't know, I could always tell this guy was scummy.
Do you really need to look around my hut?
Free spade, because you need it. Anyways, this helmet looks fucking sick, and I always heard there was a way to do this quest special so you can get it. It is not true. And I don't think the DLC added it in either. Oh shit. But I wish it did, because like, the model's been in the game from the beginning. All you have to do is put it on the character. It's really not that hard.
Look, the undead are rising again. I told you.
I guess it's really not a big deal, because we're gonna dig up every grave in here anyways, right? I think it's the ones that have, like, nice, whatever the hell you call this, around them, that have the parts you want in them. I knew the word for that at some point. I have the freaking Graveyard Keeper game. Bit of a grind fest. I want to play it again, but I never finished it initially because it's just a lot. I knew what to expect because it's made by the dude who made Punch Club, but I enjoyed Punch Club for whatever reason. In my case, it was more like Kick Club. Went for the agility build. Nashiro's sword, the one thing that they literally could give you just for free. Oh boy. I'm still very salty about the whole ordeal. I don't know why his armor would be in someone else's sarcophagus, but I think one of the pieces is. I've already dug up like 3 silver keys. It's crazy how many of them are just put in here. You can say it's lazy, because there's not a lot of areas left in the game. We're getting there. Drink that potion while I'm at 20 here. Hopefully that should be enough to completely max out the rest of my skill stuff. I think all the zombies here are infinite, but the coming area, their spawn rate is much higher, so it's much more noticeable that it's pointless to kill them. Also, I don't know what happened to the, what do you call it, Undertaker? He might have died. I never talked about the flourish chaining concept, but essentially, after you land a flourish attack, you can instantly do another one. You don't have to get your attack blocked or anything first. Normally I don't use the flourishes because they knock guys down, and there's not much you can do when they're knocked down. But since we one-hit these guys with the flourish, I can kind of just keep hitting B, and it'll be all good. Shield, the only one in the game. I don't know why I even bought into the rumor, considering. It looks more like, you know, fancy generic plate mail, and I kind of just want that to be the normal plate mail. That's so wrong. I think that there is an outfit similar to that in one of the DLC things. But I was never a fan of the big spiky shoulder. I thought it looked very evil. So you're technically supposed to come and talk to this brave first and tell us to go get his shit. But I wanted to save time. You have to listen to him ask for each one both times.
Gather for me in the path I shall yield. My armor, my helmet, my sword, and my shield. You gathered for me, so the path I shall yield.
They just like reshuffled the words.
So
I probably wouldn't have even noticed if they just reused the line.
I'll let you through then. Be careful though. I don't want your
Shin guy.
all over me.
Oh boy. I'm gonna go a little bit overtime. The prison's really not that long. It's just a lot of cutscenes, stuff that you can't really get around. I told you guys it was pointless to do this, so I don't know why I'm even bothering. Just swing to get people out of my way, and that's it. I don't know if you guys noticed the ominous whispering. Feels very weird to have someone actually whispering it in my ear. But it's very quiet compared to all the hollow men screaming. I want to say it's Maze doing the whispering. And the voice sounds kind of familiar. It definitely wasn't Nostro. I think there's a silver key chest around here. No, it's a normal chest. There's one in the graveyard. Or the next area. I know we were just in a graveyard, but like, there's an older graveyard, I guess. Mausoleum. I actually have to kill this guy with the glowing hand. And there's a second one I have to kill too. Alright, both of them are glowing, so I guess there's only one. Right here, I actually have to kill things. The way to unlock the door. Only 10. Could've made it higher for a late game area, I think. I don't think any of these can be dug up. easy. Say saw the quest just completed. I can actually go and level up real quick. I'm gonna be locked away for a little bit. Wow, we had just enough. Not so subtle, that was actually kind of a bug. That's a boss we'll fight later. I don't know why it was just sitting there. And I do know why. It's obviously a part of the level. And they use a flag to determine whether or not it's on, but that should have been taken care of before they let us play. I think the zombies are all infinite in here too. They're actually chasing me around, which is shitty. Yeah, she's effectively the same, but she uses bones instead of vines. Yeah, we're pretty much only going to be seeing those ones from now on. hate how the flourish is bound to the run button. Oh, it just keeps dealing with the big boys. I think there's actually collectibles on both sides of this, so I have to run through both of them. Not gonna worry about that fairy, they're kind of a pain in the ass to fight. I feel like there's something else down here. Guess not. Wow, a whole person. I can't believe I dug that up all by myself. Yeah, I always thought that that fairy was a part of the fight when I didn't go down there first. But in reality, she just doesn't have any physics and she can fly through walls, so she always ends up coming in during the fight. I didn't actually have to kill her though.
Oh no, you don't! Stop right there! Here, how'd you get down there?
These people are innocent, by the way. We're not getting bad karma for killing them. This is 100% an illegal prison break, even if we are saving someone who shouldn't be here.
Stop right there! The undead! Oh, no, you don't!
A lot of mana potions.
Wait.
These caskets are all fucking epic. I'd want to be buried in one of them. Dark leather chest. At this point in the game, we're like, really, why? It's one thing if it's there for like war purposes, but it's not. Oh man, it's. Whatever. You know the deal. Son, is that you? Or I think she doesn't even recognize you. If, you know, she's been gone forever. Kelly here torture me, you bastard. Oh wait, no, it's you. There we go. Alright, let me out of here then. I didn't mean to skip it though, I am sorry.
What the hell?
I'd say maybe that leather chest piece was here for you to escape without getting your shit back later, but you can't do that. Your mom will tell you to go get your shit before you escape. Because I think everyone would be pissed off if you didn't get your shit back.
Jack!
Come. It isn't polite to leave without saying goodbye.
Bastard!
This child of yours is quite the hero, dear Scarlet. Did you know he's being crowned arena champion? You would have been so proud of him. It must run in the family. That and getting locked up in one of my charming little cells.
You disgusting freak. Let him go. He doesn't
He
know.
has my bulbous eyes.
Oh, I think you'll find he knows a great deal. You see, the arena seal I gave him has been showing me his every movement. It has been most entertaining. Digging up graves, saving old fools, meeting with that crazy sister of his.
Teresa?
Yes, it appears your darling little daughter is alive too. She's told him all about the sword, and that wretched bloodline of yours. And now, my sweet, you're going to tell me where the key is.
What was that? You just get yourself nice and comfortable there.
Bad boys.
You and the other scum later. Then, we'll have a bit of fun. He'll enjoy it, won't he, Tibbs?
Go to hell, pig.
Temper, Tibbs, temper. You should keep all that energy for later. You'll need it then.
I think those lines are from Being a Magic Man.
Oh, and don't try any of that funny will stuff. It won't work in here. The boss made sure of that.
You look like Vin Diesel. Look at Horn Shrink, though.
In the cell, next to you. I guess you're the one they've been hot pokering all this time. I could hear you squealing all the way down here, mate. Nothing to be ashamed of. They know they're playing here. Wait a minute. I know who you are. You're that gladiator, aren't you? beat the arena and chopped up that pretty little whisper into hob food, didn't you? Don't get your company often. What'd you do? Kill a mare? Slice up some pigs?
This is basically a cutscene that's difficult to hear. Can't skip it, we kind of just have to wait.
The vicious bastard. Every year, he has us dragged out of our cells, shows us a little sunshine so we know what we're missing, and sticks us back in. Doesn't do it out of the kindness of his heart.
Feels good to see shoulders messed up like
Race
this.
us round the courtyard and
I
take
can't
bets.
do joints to save my life.
Then the winner gets a trip to the warden's office and... well, a lovely dream of what goes on in there. The warden trope is too cruel to mention. Still, at least you get a good look at his place. And there's more than books and furniture in there.
There's a dent in my head. Nah, it's just a lady, I guess.
Look lively, scum.
I look a scene.
It's race time, and you'd better put on a good show.
You see how his hairline doesn't even match up on the back there?
Win, and we like you. Lose, and you get around in the torture chamber. That sounds fun. Yes, sounds fun. Let me hear it.
Magic.
Right, you miserable sods. I want to see a dirty race. Plenty of pushing and shoving. You hear me? Now, get into positions. 3, 2, 1.
Right, there's no skill involved with this whatsoever. You are faster than the average man.
Way, you great big Balverin turd.
The only way you could possibly lose this is if you got lost.
You snail.
And you have to do this twice. It's really quite shitty.
Move it!
I said before I thought the arena would make more sense right here.
Call that running, you snail! Faster! 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 You great big Balverin turd! Call that running, you snail! You great big Balverin turd!
Bravo! We have a winner. Guards, escort him to my office.
He has a bit of an underbite.
The recital will begin anon. Remember, I require total silence.
Supposed to sneak over, get a code, and I can open up one of these books. However, during this first time, it's always, you always get the wrong book, no matter what.
Doth fly above our dreary jail.
And your guile skill does not help with the sneaking at all either.
Not even an arrow. And should you try, you would surely fail. Its tail does pour forth from its beak. It's painfully obvious you have no interest in the arts. My lyrical opus is wasted on your Philistine ears. Back to the cell with you.
You chose to listen to his unique poetry. You would also have to redo the race again.
Welcome to your temporary home, the torture chamber. We're gonna have some fun with you. Yeah, we're gonna enjoy this.
Flapjack sound effects.
The darkness of the cell consumed the hero's mind. And it consumed his life too. Another year would pass by in his prison. Another year of torture. The ancient, noble blood in his veins, the power of the guild, none of it meant a thing inside these walls. And all this time, Jack of Blades was free to roam Albion. The hero would not be beaten. He would be free.
Now, I don't understand is, if I had the opportunity to take on so many quests, unarmed and naked, why don't I just escape during the foot race?
You'll find out soon enough. Let's bung him in the holding cells with the others.
Well, here we are again.
Oh boy. I think this is what the pudding basing is supposed to look like.
You might have noticed there's a few less of you this year. I wonder what happened to them, eh?
Maybe it's short hair. Not sure. Either way, we're looking terrible.
We gotta get into the warden's office. We gotta get that key. Can't remember the last time I bought some proper clothes.
Look lively, scum. Time to move out. It's race time. And you'd better put on a good show. Some of us have bet a lot of money on you. Win.
The same speech.
Lose, and you get around in the torture chamber. That sounds fun.
Part of the game's like memorable, but it's also shitty and boring.
Let me hear it.
I feel like most people don't really enjoy the last third of this game. Because this is the biggest thing that happens aside from the final fight.
Get your finger out, puss bag.
Whoa.
Faster! Faster!
I'm out of air.
Running, you snail! Move it, move it, move it! Get a move on, you ugly maggot! Get a move on, you ugly maggot! Great big Balverin turd! Move it, move it, move it! Keep running, scum!
It's actually a little shorter if I go down into the battlements or whatever you call those.
You really are quite the athlete.
I don't know why I did.
I look forward to another meeting of the minds in my office. Guards. The recital will begin anon. Remember. Grey is the prettiest color. Oh, grey is the prettiest color. For it's in her name, her eyes, and her soul. She makes me feel 10 feet taller. To see her is to lose control. She lives in the north side among rainbows.
Not okay with this man talking about my wife.
From dead, scummy slums.
Get the key. I did. Wow.
It's painfully obvious you have no interest in the arts. My...
It seems the warden has lost his key. We'll keep you in the holding cells until it turns up. Torture will be delayed.
Got her stick back.
You're a pal.
You ready?
I don't think there's anything really about getting these people out of here. They all escape into the courtyard, but I don't think they go anywhere else aside from there, sadly.
Go to the courtyard. I've got this trap.
Also, I don't know why I'm getting good points for freeing them, because they are criminals, right? Some of them have to be. There's something in one of these, I don't remember which.
Let me at those guards. to get revenge.
Damn it. I bought these. I think that was all of them. I can go into Warden's office. I don't think there's anything in there. I just have to come up here, really, to get my shit back. We also get the guard outfit here, which is better than chainmail, a tier below plate, so it's nice to give you the whole set for free. I also think it looks like stupid comfortable. Ram Ranch.
Come here, you rat. Time to get revenge.
Oh, he killed that poor boy.
Vengeance is mine.
Like, there's clearly not a lot of armor on this except for the gloves and boots, but doesn't it just look cozy? It's like Egyptian cotton.
It's payback time. Time to get revenge.
Nah, fuck it, I'm not going to the Warden's office. I don't know what's up there, if anything.
Vengeance is mine.
Let's go.
We'll distract the guards and escape later.
Mother was right. That should have been a trader. You're dead.
Now, something that I don't understand is that he saw what we were doing through the arena seal, which I still have on me, so why doesn't he just capture me again?
Vengeance.
I see you've been trained well.
I guess he could just hope that we'll forget about all that nonsense and the mom will just tell me where the key is. Maybe. I already got everything on the way in, so I need to go down these side paths. Also, I don't think the prisoners have ever survived this long. Probably because I avoided most of the fighting. I guess they're actually following me out for once. That's cool, right?
It's not far now, but we must hurry. It's not far now, but we must hurry.
Get him! Intruder!
Let me at
Bullshit.
It's not far now, but we must hurry.
This passage stop right there! Down here, nothing ever. Oh no, you don't!
It's not far now.
Hell, get him!
time to get revenge.
There's the thing we saw before. Tentacle Man. It kind of looks like each tentacle has a face on it. I don't know why they did that.
Don't worry about it. There's life in me still.
Is that the thing? No, thank God. I think there's actually a cap on how much damage you can do for each phase of this. Just kind of lame. Yeah, it's not going below 50% right now. We don't actually have to walk all the way back to the graveyard. I think the quest is over once we leave this room. So after that, I guess I'll teleport back to the guild, level up, and that'll be that. I do have enough money to go open up that demon door after buying the rest of the blade suit. That's basically all we're gonna do. And next time, there's a few side quests to wrap up. I can get all the treasure clues probably. Grab the frying pan, and we'll beat the base game, and we'll see how long that takes. Really not a lot of side quests to do, so I don't know. We might finish the game then, because the DLC is not terribly long, or we might do it in a separate thing.
Revenge burned like a sun within the hero, and his destiny was clear. Jack had cast a shadow over the whole of his life. He had been the architect of his sister's blind suffering, and of his mother's imprisonment. And soon his power would be absolute.
Looks like you didn't turn out too badly after all. You did pretty well back there, but there's still so much to do. Jack is getting closer to the sword. I can feel it. He needs a key to unlock the sword from its hiding place, and now he knows where it is. The key is in Hook Coast, hidden in the ruins of an old abbey. You have to get to it first. We have one advantage. He doesn't know the key will only make itself known to one of our bloodline. That's why we have to find your sister. As long as she's out there, Jack could use her. You should go to Darkwood and investigate the portal. There must be some way of activating it. It's the only way to get to Hook Coast. But first, I have a gift for you. There's power in your blood that hasn't been tapped yet. Feels good, doesn't it? From now on, I will be able to talk to you through your guild seal. Now go. I will try to find Teresa.
Your guild seal has been reactivated.
40,000. Owie. See, I actually forgot, but we do have enough to open the silver key chest here, so we're gonna do that as well. I got like guildmasters right away, like, hey, I have someone to talk to again. Nani? The Murrin graves were robbed during the collapse of the Old Kingdom. This great hammer and great axe were never recovered. Both are said to have the wills of the gods themselves. Very powerful, but it's also a two-handed hammer. It also has an experience augment in it, which is relatively useless at this point. The great axe is even stronger, which we have enough keys for as well, but we have to get the Hook Coast for that. Thunder's gloves? I would like. Look away. I command. Son of a bitch.
Embarrassment?
Alright, Max boys. Max boys. Oh. That was most of our general experience. Oh well. I guess I want to upgrade my mana all the way before I start just buying all the other stuff. I also need to get a fucking haircut. Wonder how Apollo's outfit is stronger. Alright, I'm just gonna teleport to Oakvale first. Just so we don't hear this alarm when we start, and this is where we're ending it for today. And we'll see how next time goes. Said I wanted to go to 3 hours. We have gone to 3.5. So that's something. Whatever, I got done what I thought I'd get done today, so that's good. And, yeah. I don't think I have much else to say. I hope you all have a wonderful day-night cycle, dynamic day-night cycle.